decades you have prosecute I, for the herbs spring from King Solomon's graveside. Convicted, imprisoned, and jailed I, for smoking the herbs of the 12 tribes. Now your city, states, and economies are feeling the pains of poverty. You've now decided legalizing the good sense while creating great barriers of entry.
A very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to the People's Forum of Industries with Big Stone. I'm here with a very special brother, a brother that has been my friend for many years, a brother that has been on the front line of the movement of Rastafari. But before I start to speak with my friend and my very special guest today, I think I owe it to the fellow Rastafarian this herb that I have in my hand, ladies and gentlemen, was the sacrament, the holy sacrament, the spiritual sacrament of the Rastaman. The Rastaman, in the days of Leonard P. Howell, used to cultivate this crop to take care of their indigenous villages. But it happened in 1963 when the Babylon force came down on Rastafarian, and it all caused from a misunderstanding of a fellow bearded man, not really a dreadlock Rasta man, and it is now gone down in history as the Coral Garden massacre, where Rasta was just treated and beaten and de-locks. They used to cut their locks from their head because of this plant. So from time to time, I will be lighting this plant as part of our interview. Greetings in the name of His Imperial Majesty,
Blessed Rastafari.
Emperor Haile Selassie I.
Blessed Rastafari, Brother Stone is the name.
I personally wanted to talk to you because you're one of the founding fathers of Rastafari. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to revisit 1963, the Coral Garden massacre. I'm here with one of the founding fathers of Rastafari, and even though he was not in Coral Garden at the time in 1963, that domino effect has created a concern and has a permanent scar etched on his personality. But before we start, let's go back to the Coral Garden incident. Coral Garden was a part of a larger property in the Rose Hall estate, which include the Rose Hall Mansion. This property was the site of both small-scale farming by Rastafarian, as well as the ambitions of landlords and government officials who hoped to convert the area into a tourist destination. The government and landlords saw the Rastafarians as an obstacle to their goal of repurposing the property for tourism, and frequently sent police to evict the Rastafarians. In one such incident in 1961, police attacked Rudolph Franklin, shooting him 6 times in the stomach and leaving him for dead. Franklin received plastic surgery in an hospital to repair his stomach, but was reportedly told by a doctor that once the plastic rotted, his wound would reopen and he would die following the surgery. Franklin was immediately arrested for the grounds of cannabis possession and sentenced to 6 months in prison. After his release from prison, Franklin swore to take revenge against the overseer who had attempted to evict him. Accounts often differ as to the specific of what happened on April 11th. According to police report, a group of Rastafarians armed with spears, hatchets, and machetes set fire to a gas station as part of an attempted robbery. A skirmish resulted between the Rastafarian and the police, who arrived at the gas station, resulting in the deaths of 3 Rastafarian, 2 policemen, and 3 civilians also on the scene. A separate account published in Public Opinion and supported by relatives of ruler Franklin, as well as Syracuse professor Horace Campbell, asserts that the violence at the gas station was a result of previous conflicts between Franklin and Rastafarian in the area on one hand and the police and property owners in the other. Following the skirmish at the gas station, a policeman tracked down and killed other Rastafarian that had been present at the skirmish. Jamaican newspapers such as the Daily Gleaner published many articles demonizing the Rastafarian and demanding armed intervention by the state. Media also originally described the events of Carroll Garden as an uprising and were later forced to retract the characterization of the event by the Jamaica Labour Party-led government. On the 12th of April, Good Friday, Prime Minister Alexander Bustamante gave an order to bring in all Rastas, dead or alive.
Right? Everything that Marcus Garvey said is to help I and I to be better people.
At this time, there's a friend of mine by the name of Devon Nunes. He's a record producer. He's also a recording artist. And he's also an entrepreneur, a revolutionary soldier. I'm going to play a song that he did, right? Recently, he just released this song. And I want the rest of the world to kind of listen to it and tell me what you think about Mr. Gravalicious.
For decades you have prosecuted I, for the herbs spring from King Solomon's graveside, convicted, imprisoned, and jailed I, for smoking the herbs of the 12 tribes. Now your cities, states, and economies are feeling the pains of poverty. You've now decided legalizing the good sense while creating great barriers of entry.
Sweet reggae music expounding on the truth and the suffering of what Rastafari went through and why we're not giving our just dues.
For decades you have prosecuted I, for the herbs spring from King Solomon's graveside, convicted, imprisoned, and jailed I, for smoking the herbs of the 12 tribes. Now your cities, states, and economies are feeling the pains of poverty. You've now decided legalize on the good sense while creating great barriers of entry.
Them 2 Gravalicious from Marshall. What a tune.
What a tune.
Advocating for legalizing the good sense. People told you not to criticize while imploring you to legalize. Avaricious, did you not hear my cry? Gravalicious, instead you imprisoned I. But now your economies are in a dive. Oh, pirates, once again you have to see
Devon Nunes, ladies and gentlemen, revealing the truth on the atrocities of what Rastafari had to go through.
it's only righteous that you change your policies. Only just that you do justice unto me. For decades you have prosecuted I, or spoken the herb of Selassie I.
Rastafari.
Gravalicious, instead you imprisoned I. But now your economies are in the dive. Oh, pirates, once again you have to see
That is just a sneak preview of the song that was written by Devon and performed by Devon Nunes. He goes under the moniker of Newness. Now, he's concerned as a Jamaican living overseas, but he knows of the plight of the Rastafarian people. And he also knows, because even though he lives abroad, he did not leave Jamaica. Jamaica is always a part of him.
Yeah.
So that is why this song is so important, and I think that is why he took the time out to write and record a song of this magnitude. 2020, and Rastafarian don't have any respect. First, some of us lack respect among ourselves.
Yes.
I've seen Rastafarian passing another Rastaman and don't even heal him up. I've never seen that when I was a young man growing up. A Rastaman has never passed another Rastaman and I told his heart and said, blessed love, Rastafari, and so on. I've seen, but we can't call him Rasta enough, right?
Well, that's why I said a while ago.
We can't call him Rasta because even though you might have locks on your head, and it's a liberty.
For I, man, know personal that you have a lot of ones out there who don't have a strand of hair upon them head.
And they're more Rasta than anybody else.
For first to begin with, the man who introduced Rastafari to Ioney in this country.
Yeah.
He never have on a locks, and at the same time he know how important the locks is to recognize Rasta.
Exactly.
For Ioney is special.
Exactly. And your locks is your covenant, your locks is your identification.
But not because he don't have a locks on his head. He know that the bongo man is from the Rasta man.
And I want to take this time out and big up my brethren, Ras and Jamari, a bald man. But Ras and Jamari is a true Rasta man from the heart and in his liberty. Also, Devon Nunes. Not a Rasta man with locks, as you can see, but a Rasta man that the spirit of love and loyalty and honor and respect for fellow beings and country is embedded permanently in his heart. So I just want to pick up Newness from Newness production on this.
But how I look on it, it can be, you know, but we got to show one say we can't hide the wrongs, but we are not going to get the truth out of the wrongs. We got to condemn the wrongs. We can't want to have Rastafari as the liberty, and at the same time we don't want to communicate with truths and rights, for it's not going to work. True friendism and no-ism of person. Not kill them wrong. If them even have on the long hair, we know so well they are not doing the right thing. But at the same time, we love them over who doing righteous things. We got to name them, and we got to talk about them, and we got to educate them to show them so well what we need. We can't get it out of what they are giving to the society. We supposed to be special people, and we come like we begging to maintain our liberty. It just can't work at that as that. We need to educate one to show them, say, watch out, Rasta have to be the highlight. Rasta have to be the order of the day. So you see, if you're not going to live Rastafari life, you can step away.
Step away.
You can step away and make righteousness prevail. For if you're going to cover up, it's going to spoil the good apple. For the good people out there can't talk to the people as the people can know what is the meaning of Rastafari. If you go there now, you hear most people, if you lax and you do anything what not right, you hear them say, but Rasta not that, Rasta not do that, or Rasta not do that. It's because the things that you are doing for people looking for Rasta to lead the people into righteousness.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
It be a thing where religious people tear away the minds of the great people of this country. For most ones don't know, say, Christianity wasn't here from the day of when we all know ourselves and knowing through our culture. Christianity come lately, and the God Almighty will give to the people is not the right God.
True.
You can't be black and live with a white God. Where that white God come from, we're supposed to know. For God can come from a white man when never exists when the world did exist.
Yeah. The Honorable Marcus Garvey said it very simply. He said if the white man can see God as white, the Indians can see God as Indian, the Chinese can see God as Chinese, then how come the black man cannot see his God as black?
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
You know, he says we should see God through the spectacle of Ethiopia.
Rastafari. That is the true and living words of Marcus Messiah Garvey.
Exactly.
And none of we can put down the word of God.
For decades you have prosecuted I, for the herbs spring from King Solomon's graveside, convicted, imprisoned and jailed I, for smoking the herbs of the 12 tribes. Now your city, states and economies are feeling the pains of poverty. You've now decided legalizing the good sense while creating great barriers of entry. Prosecute I, for the herbs spring from King Solomon's graveside, convicted, imprisoned and jailed I, for smoking the herbs of the 12 tribes. Now your cities, states and economies are feeling the pains of poverty. You've now decided legalizing the good sense while creating great barriers of entry. Criticize while imploring you to legalize. Avaricious, did you not hear my cry? Gravalicious, instead you imprisoned I. But now your economies are in a dive. Old pirates, once again you have deceived I. Only just that you do justice unto me. For decades you have prosecuted I, for smoking the earth Gravalicious, did you not hear my cry? Gravalicious, instead you imprisoned I. But now your economies are in the dive. Old pirates, once again you have deceived I. Decades you have prosecuted I, for the earth spring from King Solomon's graveside. Convicted, imprisoned, and jailed I, for smoking the herb of Selassie I. Avaricious, did you not hear my cry? Gravalicious, instead you imprisoned I. But now your economies are in a dive. Old pirates, once again you have deceived I.